Hey guys, Astro Prime here, and welcome to the stream. And hopefully, this is gonna be a new Let's Play series. I've never done a Let's Play series that is kind of like a stream before. Usually, I do the more traditional record, edit, and upload. But I think honestly, I mean, most of y'all who have tried to stream or record Destiny would know that Destiny 2 is not the most compatible with most game recording programs. And since I've been streaming Destiny 2 quite recently, I thought, might as well just make a Let's Play using streams. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out. I hope it does well. And I actually have no real plan of how I want to continue this Let's Play series. But I am very sure about what I want this first episode to be, which is going to be kind of like, as the title suggests, beginner's guide or your beginning hours of Destiny 2. The reason is because I have been trying to get some of my friends into Destiny 2 now that it's free on Steam. It's been free for about a couple of months, I think, or a little over a month. And I've known of a lot of them who came in, they tried it, and they're just confused. They're lost, they don't know what to do. They're basically just confused. And I can understand why, because I think Bungie really needs to work on how they can introduce this game to very new or very fresh, like zero experience in Destiny kind of players. So it is a drawback, and I'm hoping that this kind of first stream, I may stream for an hour, I may stream for 2 hours, but basically it's going to be kind of like your first hours in Destiny 2. The second reason is because, as you can see, my hunter is kind of hard capped. 960, if I'm not wrong, is the hard cap. I could be wrong, or 950. So I've kind of more or less finished with my hunter. I'll still be playing my hunter as the main, but as you can see, I don't actually have two new characters. You have 3 character slots in all. You can kind of make one character for each class in this game. So I'm going to be creating my second character, and this is going to be the character that we're going to be playing and focusing on for the Let's Play. So without further ado, let's get rolling. We're going to be creating our new Guardian. There are 3 classes that you need to choose. Your class is locked at the start, so this is going to be your first major choice right at the start. The Titan is kind of like your aggressive, tanky kind of guy. Do not be too locked down by the traditional roles, because in this game, while the roles matter, it doesn't matter as much as, let's say, a full-fledged MMORPG where the tank and all. So the Titan is kind of more traditionally a tank. Your Hunter is more like your rogues, so kind of mobile, moving around, dodging and stuff. And your Warlock is your traditional mage, focused on damage. I know there are a lot of people that will complain that, oh no, the Titan is like the master of all 3. They're not wrong to say that. But the main point is that the role, while the classes do determine what your abilities are, it doesn't lock you down into your role. So these are all mostly endgame stuff, so don't worry about it for now. Kind of go for whichever class you find kind of calls you or attracts you the most. As I said, I did my hunter already, so we're going to be using the Titan this time. I might create a Warlock as well, but I probably won't be doing a lot of Let's Play of it. But you might, if I do random streams with BAMs or some of my other friends, you might see like, the other classes, I don't know. But yeah, I think it's about time I create my 2 new orbs. So we're gonna go with the Titan. Like I said, the Titan will be the main character for this particular Let's Play series. So let's see. You have a couple of choices. The character customization is really rudimentary, not a lot to write home about. You have 3 classes. I'm gonna go for Awoken, but I can just quickly show you guys the male, female. Of course it's random. Awoken is kind of like your, I don't know, Avatar, Navi kind of guy, and sentient robots. Yeah. So we're gonna go with the Awoken. Let's just pick a face. Oh god. Ugh. As you can see, the character customization really is nothing to write home about, so you can just, go through it. I'm just gonna stick with this one. You can choose the skin color, which is also, again, not a lot of choices. I'm just gonna go with this. Oh shit. Oh, balls. Ugh. Yeah, we'll just make sure the lip color is the same. We could do stupid things like that, but yeah. Eye color green, because green is a nice color. Hair, let's say. I'm not a fan of long hair anyway. I'm not a fan of buzz cuts, so we're gonna go with, oh Jesus, I think this one looks nice. Yeah, we'll stick with that. And of course we'll have jet black hair, and let's not have any tattoos, because I'm not, the face is really, are all the faces so angular? He looks like an elf. Like this is the same struggle when I'm creating elves in characters, because you know what, this is the most rounded it can be. Alright, so this is gonna be our Titan. let's just press start. So when you press start, you kind of kicked back. Honestly, if you have the money, you can pay to get to 900. I won't talk about the power levels for now, but off the bat, let me just say, as much as you're tempted to use this, do not buy the character power boost. There is no point, because okay, I'll give you the summarized version. From you'll notice that we all start at level 700 and something. 750 is kind of like your level where you start. From the levels of 750 to 900, it is actually very easy to level it to 900. It is actually 900 to 950, that's the difficult one. So honestly, this power boost will boost you to 900. It is no point, because honestly, if you play, even if you don't play like 24/7, you just play daily, maybe about 2 to 3 hours a day after work or after school, it is more than enough in about a week or two to hit 900, really. So do not be tempted to buy the power boost. There's no reason to buy it, but of course, if you have the money, you could. Yeah, but let's log in. Just a kind of quick first tip, if you guys are wondering if I got the money and should I boost for it. No, I really don't think it's worth the $20. Especially if it's in Sing dollars. I mean, I'm from Singapore, so if it's in Sing dollars, it's freaking 27, I guess. I don't know. It's really not worth it.
Guardian?
26.
Eyes up, Guardian.
Alright, so let's get going.
It worked. You're alive. You don't know how long I've been looking for you. I'm a ghost. Actually, now I'm your ghost, and you? Well, you've been dead a long time. So you're going to see a lot of things you won't understand. This is fallen territory. We aren't safe here. I have to get you to the city. Hold still. Don't worry, I'm still with you. We need to move, fast.
Alright, so we are here at the opening sequence of the game, which is basically a tutorial as well. It is part of the story. It has changed since Destiny 2, before Destiny 2 went free. I'm not going to go into details anyway, because you don't care. But yeah, here we are. Here's the interface. Okay, he's going to talk.
This place is an old
your ghost is going to
cosmodrome,
talk and
a
explain
Russian
to you.
spaceport.
But let's just forget.
It's quarantined now, and quite dangerous.
It's mostly just story.
But our only way
what you want to
forward
know
is through
is
that
that on
wall.
the left side is always where your quest objectives are. On the bottom left hand side is where your abilities, cooldowns, and your super is. If I take damage, you will notice that my health will be at the bottom of my... Wait, was it bottom or top? Shit, I can't remember, but somewhere. It's either at the bottom or top. That's where your health is. First thing you want to do is to press I, which is to open your inventory. You will notice that you can't see your character for now, at least, or at least on my screen it's always loading. A lot of buttons, a lot of things to see. Don't worry so much. If you're a brand new player, all of this will look 0 for you. But some of these currencies, like the Glimmer, which is basically money, legendary shards, which is kind of like higher, more premium kind of currency, which you earn in game. Bright Dust is kind of, you can earn it in game, but you can also earn it in other purpose, and silver is kind of like your cash shop currency. So, but you'll see all 0 if you're new. Don't worry about it for now. What you might want to do is to look at your classes, because for each class,
We have to move. Without a weapon, we're easy prey.
For every single class, there will be 3 subclasses, and it's based on the 3 different elements of this game: Void, Fire, and Arc. Which is Solar. Okay, to use the proper term, Void, Solar, and Arc, but the Solar and Arc is essentially Fire and Lightning. Okay, but yes, so you can actually change your classes on the fly at any point in time. Like I can change to Void right now. I can change. In fact, you can even change it in combat if you press I and click fast enough. It is possible. Yes, nothing stops you from that. But what's important is you may want to take a look at your different classes. You can right click on it to actually go into the details. Now, your selection is not just between the classes. So I've already decided that I want to be a Solar Titan, so I'm going to select Solar. But right click on it and you have even more customization for your class. Again, these are things that you can change on the fly, so don't worry about it for now. But you can see that you can actually change the type of grenade you use. So like for example, you have a grenade that sets enemies on fire, you have a grenade that burns a line, you have a grenade that attaches to enemies, so you can choose which grenade you want. You can choose your class ability.
We need to get through that wall.
In this case for Titan, it's actually walls. If you are using other classes, it will be a bit different. In fact, all of these will be different depending on your class. But for the Titans, they can create walls. You can either create a large barrier, which you know, your friends can hide behind, or you can create a smaller barrier, but it increases reloading speed. So yeah, you can choose, and you can choose your your movement mode. You know, honestly, like, okay, first of all, if you have already noticed, I have 0 experience in playing Titan or Warlock. All my life in Destiny 2 or or 2 years. I didn't play it during year 1. I played it on year 2 onwards. I've only ever played Hunter. So I'm actually a noob, an absolute flop of a noob in terms of Titan and Warlock gameplay. So that's why it's a Let's Play series. I'm gonna learn along as I kind of figure it out. But yeah, so you can kind of you can change the way you jump. So Hunters get double jumps and triple jumps and shit. But I guess in terms of Titan, they get to float, activate lifts, strong directional control.
The Fallen are on the hunt.
Yeah, I guess
Let's
I could try
move.
catapult lift for now. I don't know. But yeah, and then, but more importantly, these are things that you can kind of lock down. But more importantly, you will need to select a code. In this case, they're called codes. Other classes will learn differently, but you can only choose one of this cluster of 4. You can either choose to be, you should choose this, or choose this, and that will actually change your subclass, I guess. Your subclass. I don't know what you're calling it, but yeah. So I did a bit of research, and I think this was the subclass I wanted. Was it? Is this the one that can? Yeah, yes, the sunspots. Yes. Is it this one? Ah, yes, okay. So you can kind of read the. I'm not going to go through every single thing because this is going to make a 2-hour-long video into a 3-hour-long stream, so I'm not going to do that. But I'm just going to select this because I kind of did do a little bit, some slight research to try and see, kind of make this a little bit smoother. So I'm going to choose this. You can choose whichever you want. And again, it's not locked. You can choose something, and if you don't like it, change it. It's fine. Alright? Some of these other things, you don't have to click it for now. So we're just going to leave it, and we're going to go straight into the gameplay. I'll try this. Oh, Jesus! Yeah, it's really high. Wait, can I try the other jumps? Strong direction. Greater heights. I kind of like the idea of this. Whoa, I'm floating. Oh. I'm really high. I'm gonna take it. Oh. Cool! Okay, I think I like that jump. I feel like I can fly like and actually lose control and die, but oh well.
I need to get you back to the city. To do that, we'll need a ship.
So generally for Destiny 2, most of the story campaign is very, very linear, so you don't have to worry about getting lost. You really don't need a guide for the story campaign. But what you need guides for are some of the quests, which I will show you guys the quest system later. And the quest system...
military system,
okay, so yeah, he's gonna talk over me.
Check. When I flip this switch,
alright, so yeah, but the quest system is really one of the reasons why this game is confusing for a lot of people, which I will try to explain later after we're done with the tutorial.
Definitely not happy to
but
see.
Yeah, so we get attacked by Fallen, which is one of the classes of enemies in this game. They're gonna give you a free auto rifle, kinetic weapons.
I brought you back for a reason, Guardian.
Alright, let's
you're
go.
a Titan. That means you're a fighter.
Alright, so for now you can just have fun shooting things.
We're deep in enemy territory.
If you notice, okay, I'm going to show you guys some of the more nuances later. But for now, you can melee as well. For Titan is a punch. A habit of mine is to map my melee to my mouse. If you have a mouse with an extra button, you can melee, and you can use your class ability with a second mouse button as well.
If your tracker blinks, there's trouble nearby.
So if you notice when I shoot the enemy, if you notice the blue numbers are basically just normal. But if you shoot critical or weak spots, like the head, it does yellow numbers. That means that you're doing a critical shot, or in this case you're aiming at a weak spot. So naturally, like most shooter games will have taught you, always go for the weak spots. Yeah, and most of the time melee attacks does one, they one-shot enemies and things. So. Oh, when you're sprinting, which is your shift, you can actually press Control, which is crouch to slide, and it will bring you straight into control. Press and hold E to get stuff. And now here's the part where it gets a little bit confusing. You will notice when you press I, you have 2 weapon slots. This is your kinetic weapon slot, your first slot. These are basically usually higher damage, focus on damage. Your energy weapon is actually focused on destroying shields. And of course the last one, which is locked, is power weapon, which is basically your DPS, high burst, high amount of damage. I'm gonna reload my shotgun. Later when we see shield enemies, I'll show you guys what I mean. But for now, we're just gonna reload the shotgun. I don't think we're gonna meet a lot of shield enemies for now. This one. Okay, this is not how you're supposed to play. That is not how you're supposed to play. Okay, but for now we can actually just activate our super for now. You can press F to activate your super, and you can just go ham.
Your light is strong, Guardian.
And just chuck, you know, chuck supers and people. I guess if that's the thing. Alright, so there was actually a shield and oh my god, I'm flying, stop me. Okay, I'm actually doing a really bad job. I'm so not used to it. Alright, so you can actually press F to activate your super when it's supercharged.
Keep pushing forward. I'll locate
yeah.
a ship we can use to fly home.
Alright, so you can just follow down the path and you're gonna meet your first multiplayer zone. So the game is kind of like a mix between instances and open
Heads
world.
up.
So you will meet other
raiding
players
party.
like that, but you're not obliged to
More trouble
interact
than
with
I
them.
thought.
But like most MMORPGs these days, there will be like kind of public events like these where you can actually work together with people to you know, on an objective.
They came looking
Did my
for a
grenade just
fight.
bounce off him?
Give him
And he's
one.
burning. Whoa! Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, that tower. Okay, I kind of overestimated the wall. Don't worry about dying. In this game, you have unlimited lives. You don't lose anything for dying. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not even kidding. You don't literally. Oh, that he died. Yeah, you literally don't lose anything for dying. So you will see dying is kind of common, but it's fine. Okay, so it is at the end of the day, it is a shooter. So kind of take cover. Don't be like me and trust the shield because the shield.
I'm scanning for nearby
Well,
ships.
Cannot be trusted. Yeah, so kind of at this area you can see your objective on the left hand side. You just need to kill
Doing
fallen.
great. Focus on the fallen.
So you gotta kill as many fallens as you can. Alright, let me see if I can find a shield enemy. Yeah, that one over there. So as you can see, there's a yellow. I mean, he's a yellow bar, which means he's a powerful enemy, but he has a white bar as well. If I shoot him, you'll notice that he starts to glow blue. Now that means that he has an arc shield. And that's where your energy weapon comes into play, because hold on, let me just deal with it first. Okay, because what happens is that if you know enemies that are shielded usually comes in 3 colors, and that the 3 colors corresponds with the 3
Got a
elements as
signal
well.
from an old jump ship.
So
Let's track
okay,
it
we're
down.
done there, so we can kind of move off, and I'll explain along the way. So in order to destroy the oh, another one just came. Jesus. Oh well. In order to destroy shields, you're gonna need to destroy the use energy weapons. Energy
Guardian,
weapons
we have
basically
to go.
destroy shields better. But of course, oh shit. I thought he was going to shoot something at me. Oh well. Yeah. Okay, it'll be a lot easier if I can demonstrate it to you, but I can't for now because it's I'm using a weapon that is I'm not a fan of. Although as a Titan, I'm gonna have to learn how to use a shotgun.
When we get to the city, you'll start to understand why I brought you back.
I was saying, energy weapons have corresponding elements. So like for example, the shotgun is solar. So the shotgun would do, basically you can use any element to destroy shields. I'm not saying that you must use a solar weapon to destroy a solar shield, but if you use the correct element to destroy the shield, it will cause a mini explosion that would deal more damage. And if I'm not wrong, it actually does damage the shield a little bit faster, if I'm not wrong. But either way, it's always recommended for you to use the correct element against the correct shield, but don't feel obliged to have to do it. But yeah, so energy weapon to destroy shields, and once the shield is down, like this.
Let's take that ship.
So once the shield is down, I missed. I'm the worst. Oh, okay, never mind, it's a shotgun, so I can just do it with a shot, never mind. But yeah, so the habit is usually use your energy weapon to destroy the shields, and then swap to your kinetic weapon to deal damage. Aim for the hits or aim for the weak spots. That's about it.
Let's take a look at your new ship.
Or rather, that's about it for the PvE content. For PvP, it's gonna be a lot more nuanced. So yeah, but for now, we're done.
It's been here a while. Hasn't made a jump in centuries.
That's gonna be your first ship.
We're lucky the Fallen haven't completely picked it clean.
Will it fly?
Will it fly?
I can make it work.
Yeah, that's the mark of how long I've been playing this game. Jesus. But then again, I could have been playing for 3 years, but I only played for 2 years. Sad. Yeah, I think when Destiny 2, I mean, I never played Destiny 1, but when Destiny 2 first came out, I wasn't so. It was only when they released Forsaken, their first expansion, I found out that you could buy Forsaken and just play the original Destiny. Destiny
Okay, it's not going to break orbit,
and
but it just might get us to the city. Now, about that transmitter.
Alright.
Bringing you in.
Oh, this is my favorite scene in the game. This is fucking epic.
We can come back for them when you're ready. Let's get you home.
I love it. Honestly, one of the reasons why I love Destiny 2 so much, I'm a kind of person that I'm not a fan of PvP. I've always been a PvE person, and I love storyline. I love story content. I love the effort that developers put in for to, like, you know, when they create lore and create designs and stuff. So Destiny, I feel like Bungie does a really good job, combining, like, you know, the art, the lore, the music all together. It's for a really great experience, and we're gonna experience some of it later.
I never knew you in
hopefully.
life.
But yeah.
Your first life, anyway.
Alright, let's take a look at this.
You died on a battlefield long before my time. Something special brought us together. They called it the Traveler. And when it arrived, it changed your world forever. It was a golden age. And for centuries, humanity thrived. Until it didn't. An ancient enemy pursued the Traveler across the universe. Humanity faced extinction. But the Traveler made a choice. Its sacrifice destroyed its ancient enemy and brought life to the ghosts. I am a ghost. More importantly, I'm your ghost. And you are one of the Traveler's chosen. You are a guardian.
Yeah, so Destiny 2's lore is really convoluted, to be honest.
This is your
I'm
destiny.
not like the lore master of this game. In fact, I'm still very confused with a lot of things. But basically, you're kind of like, just think of yourself like a zombie. You can't die. Every time you die, your ghost kind of revives you. And I mean, that's kind of how they, you know, explain away the whole respawn system, I guess, in games. But yeah, so your ghost, every guardian has a ghost. We have a ghost there. He's the one that's been talking to us. Yeah, and
the last survivors of humanity's collapse call the city home.
It's literally called the city, in case you're wondering.
This is why I brought you back. To defend them. And to reclaim our lost worlds. We're here. The Traveler.
Welcome.
The last city. Welcome home.
There we go. So this is really cool because before Destiny 2 went free, the main story actually did not put you in the city. Oh hi, Blenderhead 21, how's it going? Things are good. I just finished an exam, so I'm just kind of gaming, streaming as I, you know, kind of de-stress. But yes, I was saying if you played Destiny 2 before the free-to-play, the story is kind of different, but you get to experience the story still. Just that right now, because it's free-to-play for all players, you get your first city. Basically, you just go to the tower. That tower used to be like after you finish the campaign, then you get to go to the tower. So kind of interesting change. But again, if you're a new player to Destiny 2, which is the purpose of this particular video, there's no need to worry about that. You just know that your city is your main hub, and the game will tell you the city, you know, what you can do with the city and everything, and they kind of somewhat point you in the right direction, which is to do the new light quest line. Once again, the reason why I'm doing this kind of 1 hour, 2 hours, beginning hour is because this is the part where everyone gets confused, and I can understand why. It's aside from that screen that you just saw, they more or less don't do anything else to tell you what to do. So for those of you who have been confused, press and hold tab to open your director, which is kind of like your main page for your content. A lot of buttons as well. A quick way to know where you need to go is if you see something blinking, it means they need your attention. But before you just go ham and just going to all the content, hit quest. Every single quest that is in your arsenal will all be here on this one page. This page will get cluttered. In fact, in the next 20 minutes, I will show you. Right now you see one quest. In the next 20 minutes, you're going to see a buttload of quests. But for now, you only have one quest, which is, you know, the main quest. You can click on it to highlight it so that when you look at the map and the destination, they kind of show you where you can go. So like for example, the green glow means this is related to the quest you're tracking. right now. You can see even on the planet screen, these are the different planets you can visit. For free-to-play players, some of these planets are locked away, but for now you can see the icons, and it will show you where to go. And in fact, even in the game itself, it will show you as well. So as you can see, there's over there, the icon over there is actually where you need to go. So we can just head over here and talk to Banshee.
So who won?
So he's kind of like your gunsmith. He's gonna welcome you. He's gonna give you a new weapon, and this is gonna be the second part of the confusion. So I'm just gonna show you guys soon. And of course, he's gonna start giving you a lot of things. He's gonna give you this weapon frame. He's gonna babble to you about some things, and then you're gonna have to click on this. You can click on it. Now I have a new quest, and this whole bunch. Okay, I mean he only has one quest, so that's fine. But you can click on more stuff and get more quests. Some of these quests. Okay, so for new players, obviously you're not going to see 13%. The reason why you see 13% is because my other character is doing this quest. Some quests are shared account wide, which means that they're shared across account. Some quests are specific to Guardians, so just take note of that. But for now, just know that these are actually quests. Essentially, how you get quests is you talk to the vendor and you just select whichever quest you want to get from him, and it's automatically stored in your quest tab.
Make us proud.
As you can see, you can press M to open your map, which is a faster way of going into the quest tab. Now I got 2 quests. It's gonna get worse. But yes, so you can actually track up to 3 quests at one time. You can highlight over it to see the criteria. Like for example, this one I need to complete. Don't worry again, it's a whole bunch of words that a new player probably wouldn't know, but for now, don't worry about it, alright? For now, really just focus on the main quest, New Light for now. So he's gonna ask us to talk to Zavala. Once again, you can press M to see where Zavala is. He's right here, so you can kind of hop over to where he is and talk to him. And he's gonna introduce
Welcome
you to
the
strikes.
tower, Guardian.
Strikes are essentially kind of like
Beautiful
mini dungeons, story quests which ask you to do
The
certain
traveler
things,
is
and
battle
then ends with
and
final
as
boss.
mysterious
And
as
he's
ever.
gonna give you another quest.
But it remains the source
So grab
of
his
our
quest. He's gonna give you
immortality
2 quests.
and the gift of our
And
life.
right here, as you can see,
The city
these
below.
are some quests that you can take. On your screen,
All
it will
those
be
people.
empty. You can actually pick them up right now
Survivors.
to kind of start doing it. And there are some quests
We
over
are
here as
all
well.
that's left of humanity.
And there's always a
And
page
it's
2
our
with more
duty
stuff.
to defend it
Again,
by
a lot of
reclaiming
buttons. For now, you don't have to worry. Ignore that for now and just focus. So don't get too overwhelmed by all these things. Focus solely on your main quest. So he's gonna ask us to talk to Ikora Ray. By the way, I'm actually just walking because I already memorized where it is. But if let's say you really need help, these little floaty buttons will kind of guide you to where you need to go. Assuming you are tracking the quest. But yeah, so the city is kind of big-ish. So you can come over to where Ikora is. And you can talk to her.
I hear you survived the
Welcome, blah blah
Cosmodrome.
blah. So,
That's
if
a
you want a
tough
quick way
place
of
to
knowing,
start your
Zavala is
life,
the one
Guardian.
that's in charge of doing strikes, which are the mini dungeons.
But there are
Banshee
many
is in charge
battles
of
left to
mostly
fight.
weapons and stuff.
Look around you.
Ikora is more in charge of
The last
exploration.
city.
So if you notice, her quests are
people.
usually related to exploring
This is
different
our
planets,
home.
different cities, different
But
areas.
this home is not safe.
So you can grab her quest.
We must
She has a whole bunch
protect
of
it.
other. Okay, so quests are
That
different from
is a
bounties.
guardian's
Bounties
duty.
reset and bounties have expiry
We
dates.
must take our fight beyond
Quests,
these
on the other
walls.
hand, are forever
Push
and
back
there's
the
no expiry
forces
to
that
it, as you can
threaten
see.
our existence.
So bounties will fill up here,
To
quests
that
will fill
end,
up here. You
I
cannot
will
have
help guide
unlimited.
you
There
as you
is
explore the
actually a
wider
limit
worlds of our
to how
lost
many bounties and
frontier.
quests you can have. But for
Adventure
now, don't
awaits,
worry.
Guardian.
You can pick up some bounties
I
if you
know
want,
you'll
but
answer
right
its
now,
call.
do not. Especially when you're a new player, you do not have enough glimmer to buy all of these bounties, so don't bother with it for now. But yeah, you can actually talk to what's the name over there? What's the name again? Hawthorne. You can. I mean, you will notice that Hawthorne actually has something for you to talk about. You can actually go over. If you are already in the clan,
I'm hearing a lot of chatter about your clan.
She might. This might be a little bit different, but she's gonna introduce you to raids, which you can pick it up now. Do not even bother with raids. Raids are literal end game content. Don't even bother. I haven't even done my first raid. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. So yeah. Recognize that so this is something to do with your.
So
clans
you
and
guardians
stuff.
are all
Yeah.
about symbols,
So she's gonna give you a
right?
quest. She's gonna give you a
Warlocks,
banner. if you are in
Titans,
quest,
Dead
a
Orbit,
clan,
Iron
and she's gonna
Banner.
give you these.
Huh?
Again, you're gonna hear the recurring theme. Don't bother. And I'm not even like downplaying the importance. Some of these things will get important further down, but because if you are really new to this game, one of the easiest way not to be too overwhelmed is really not to worry too much about some of these things. I'm gonna highlight to you the most important things that you want to focus on at this point in the game. That is Zavala. So Zavala over there, you must visit. Banshee, you must visit. Ikora, you can choose not to visit. Oh, there's 2 more person you need to visit. Postmaster, when you're doing activities and stuff, don't worry if you forget to pick things up. Anything that you forget to pick up will be dumped at the postmaster instead. This is the cash shop. That's all I'm going to say about it. Depending on when you see this, when you guys watch this video, whether you're watching it live or watching the replay, this tree may or may not be here. This tree is related to the Halloween event. So I'm not going to go into it for now because it's seasonal. Oh, there's one more place, the vault. This is your bank. Again, your bank is shared across all 3 characters, so as you can see, my bank actually has a lot of things. These were all collected from my previous character. If you're a new player, this is gonna be empty. You can kind of keep things that you want to keep, you know, here, if you want to. Yeah. Oh, wait, sorry, I nearly forgot. So just now, Banshee gave us an item, right? You can see a newer weapon. So this is the part where it gets a little bit confusing as well. Wait, you know what? I'll talk about this when I finish the main quest part, right? So as not to confuse you guys.
Making a purchase?
So if you press tab, not press and hold, but just tab, you can actually see, you can still move around while you have an overlay of your tracked quest. Become legend, which is reach power level 770. That's your first quest. And in fact, I have a second quest, which is right here. No. Oh, I don't have the quest. Oh, okay, so I apparently just need to reach 770. Okay, so I'm gonna press I guess, okay, I'm gonna assume that you're a new player and I'm just gonna follow the steps step by step for now. So when you get a new weapon, usually from level 700, okay, so your power level is right here. This is kind of like your summarized combined power of all of your gears combined and averaged out, which is currently 765. Ignore the plus 14 bonus. This is because I have my artifact which I've already leveled up. If you are just started, your artifact should be level 0 and your level should be 750 because the average of all of your gear at the default is 750. I will not explain why the level is 750 and not 1. Okay, just you don't have to bother. Just assume the lowest level you can be is 750. So your power level is now, it should be 750 if you're a new player. And as you level up, so like for example, I'm now level 764. If you notice, my weapon is now 750, but my new weapon is 859. It is a huge jump. Do not be confused and do not panic. In fact, you should be happy. The moment I equip my weapon, as you notice, it averaged out and is now 777. So that's great. All weapons you can actually just scrap. You don't have to worry so much. You can just press and hold F to dismantle it. Essentially, the leveling system in this game is not your traditional experience points. What you do is you do content, and your content tend to drop weapons. And generally, weapons dropped are usually the same power level as your current power level or higher. This is only true for 750 to 900, which is why I said there was no point in boosting your level, using the level boost, because you are going to do content that will drop a lot of items and they're just going to keep increasing your level. As you notice, just now was 764. I jumped essentially 13 levels just by one equipment. And you're going to see this a lot as you play. So later I'm going to let you experience a little bit of it as I play the first opening hours of the game. But for now, essentially what you need to know is that how you level up your power level is by equipping new and higher level items, and that will just bring up your average. And you're going to be doing this all the way till 900. That's your first target. Alright, so now that we're past 700, we've hit our quest. They're going to ask us to talk to Lord Shax, which is what we're going to do. So I'm just going to follow the quest for now, since as you can see, it's no longer level up to 770, it's talk to Lord Shax. So we're going to go meet Lord Shax. Lord Shax is someone that you might not want to talk to so early on because he is the one in charge of PvP. So he's going to introduce you to Crucible.
You're here.
So blah, 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 and then he's going to give you a quest which is going to ask you to finish a Crucible match.
Crucible of Lord
the good thing is Crucible matches, you can just finish it by playing it. Even if you lose, it's fine. And of course, he has his own series of lots and lots of quests that you can take as well. So these are some of these quests that you might want to pick up. So like for example, if you pick, the reason why you want to pick this up early is because if these quests are not in your inventory, you actually do not complete it.
to
yeah,
conquer.
so you actually want to collect
Show
these
me
quests
what
and
you've
hold on
got.
to it, because they will actually some of these quests can be very tedious and they will kind of clog in the background. You don't have to actively do it. Like for example, if let's say complete Crucible matches in survival playlist, if right now I do not have this quest in my inventory and I go ahead and play Crucible and play survival, it will not count to the 10 matches. But if I have it equipped in, if I collect it and it's inside my inventory, even if I decide to play 5 today and maybe next week I play the remaining 5, at least you know it's in the background calculating. So you don't have to actually play and grind, you know, quest by quest. You can just collect all of these quests, leave it in your inventory and kind of clock it over time. This kind of helps you a bit in terms of, I mean, the game doesn't get too boring with grinding. But yeah, for now, you can just kind of take a glance at it and take a look and see. I won't recommend doing Crucible so early because the PvP environment, okay, one thing, I personally enjoy the PvP even though I've said I'm not a PvP fan, because Destiny 2 in PvP nobody talks anyway, so there's really very little trash talking and stuff, so I think it's wonderful. Oh, reliving the past. Okay, so this is where Amanda is. Okay, as you can see, it's blinking right now, so we could just go to Amanda right now. But our main quest is going to ask us to reach level 718 for now, so yeah. But we can go to Amanda. I'll show you guys what she does. Sorry, drinking my coffee, that's why I'm looking funny. But yeah, so this is the part where I mean a lot of my friends kind of complain that they are lost, they don't know what to do, because a lot of these things they don't explain it well. The game developers don't explain it well enough. So Amanda Holiday, she's gonna be in charge of the story quest. So because right now we are in the free-to-play model, you are not going to be able to, or rather they are not going to force you to experience the story quest in sequence. So how they did it is they actually did it as a kind of individual quest campaigns that you can collect now. So right now, if I want to, the Red War is basically your main quest. Curse of Osiris was the first DLC, Warmind was the second DLC, and these three were all part of the Year 1 content. And then subsequently Forsaken came out, then subsequently Shadowkeep, which is the current expansion, came out. But in terms of the Legacy, which is Year 1 content, these are all available for you as a free-to-play player, which is great, because it is a lot of content, to be honest. And of course, you can buy ships from Amanda as well, although I will not recommend you spend money on these ships, because first of all, they're ugly, second of all, there's no point, they're just going to reward you with ships anyway. So don't touch any of these two, but if you want to get started on the story content, you can actually get started on it right away. And you're not obliged to do it in sequence. I can click on Curse of the Osiris now and they're just going to start the Curse of the Osiris content. However, for the purpose of this Let's Play and the Titan, I'm going to do it in sequence, so you can actually select the Red War.
You know your stuff.
Oh, you can actually select all three if you want, but I'm just going to select Red War, and you notice that now I have a quest tab that is also in my inventory.
What do you think this machine
Yep.
is?
So, and then of course, basically this quest tab is basically just to push you down the different chapters of the story until you finish the main campaign. So yeah, that's where you do your story quest. My personal recommendation, okay, this is purely opinion now, alright? There are two ways you can play this game. If you do not want to play, if you can't be bothered with the story, if you really can't, and you're a PvP kind of guy, you can actually ignore everything else and just purely play PvP. Nobody is going to stop you. Legit. If you're more of a PvE kind of guy, there's two options. You can either do a lot of strikes, which are actually quite fun, and a very, 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 very fast way of leveling up, or you can do the story. I personally recommend doing the story if you're into, you know, stories and campaigns, because the story does give you reward. It will drop you gear anyway. Later I'll show you. It will drop you gear. It will give you rewards at the end of the story, and it's not as boring as grinding content. But if you are a kind of person that likes grinding, you can as well. No one's gonna stop you from that. Alright? But I'm gonna follow my own recommendation, which is to do the campaign. But before we launch the campaign, last few things I want to show you guys before we kind of I want to get the more tedious things out of the way, then we're just going to go straight into playing. There are a couple more tabs that you might want to know. We already showed the quest tab. The cash shop is right here if you really want to look at the cash shop kind of thing. Not everything requires money. So you actually earn Bright Dust from certain type of content or breaking down certain items. It is possible to earn Bright Dust, and it's possible to earn Bright Dust from your season pass as well, which I will talk about in a bit. There is a tab here that is Bright Dust. And these are items that are bought solely by Bright Dust. So these are items that you don't actually have to spend real money on, which is something that you might want to take note. Everything else you probably need to spend money on, which is silver. The other tab is actually your season pass. Right now I have my season pass completed. So the season pass is level 1 to 100. But you can level it past that as well for the season. But for now, what you want to know is that the season pass is 1 to 100. As a free player, you actually get the free tier, which is at the top, which is still a lot of things. I'll show you guys what I mean. As a free player, right at the start, you get a whole bunch of good stuff like money, like Glimmer, which is money, upgrade modules, which I suggest you hold on to for dear life because upgrade modules are really important, so on and so forth. But as you progress, of course, they're going to limit some of the items that you're going to get, and as you progress further down, you're going to see that it's only going to be just nostalgic engrams. But honestly, I think that their season pass, even for the free players, is very generous because you see, like at level 45, you get a heavy weapon, you get a heavy machine gun, you get stronger hand cannons, you get, and all of this. Okay, so this is another reason why I wouldn't recommend you spend money so soon, because nostalgic engrams essentially give you cash items. It's random, of course, but you usually get one shader and one, maybe a vehicle. You might even get a ship in it, and that's why you don't buy ships from Amanda Holiday, because you can just roll ships from engrams, and usually, I mean, the rolls are pretty good. As you can see, you can even get armor from a free-to-play player, and stuff. So there is actually quite a bit of items you can get from as a free player leveling up your season pass. So I would recommend doing it. One of the fastest way to level up your season pass is to do bounties, daily bounties, weekly bounties, which are just now. Okay, I'm going to show you guys in case you missed it. Yeah, so those are the two tabs you want to know, the season pass. So like I said, there's two ways you can play it. You can kind of start grinding content. I'm not a fan of grinding content, which is why my recommendation is to do the story, because you still the story kind of propels you forward. But if you want, you can grind content. You can kind of choose whatever activities you like. As a free-to-play player, they're actually very generous in opening most of the content. So I would recommend strikes as the first cut. I will show you guys a strike if I have time. But let me see. Or maybe should I do a strike now? Yeah, never mind. You know what? Let's not do a strike now. Let's not break my code. Yeah, but as you can see from strikes, you can kind of just grab some. Oh no, he doesn't have any bounties. Shit. Oh, that's because. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's because I need to do one strike as part of his quest. Okay, so if you guys remember, or you guys can rewind, just now when we finished talking to Ikora, there was a whole list of bounties she has. Those are the bounties that will help you every time you finish a bounty, which is usually kill 20 enemies with a hand cannon, or kill 20 enemies with void damage, something like that. Quite specific, but if you finish bounties, they give you a boost. Most bounties give you experience points as rewards, and that is the one that actually improves, or rather it progresses your season pass, and it actually progresses pretty quickly if you're very efficient in your
we have much to discuss.
Right. So that's that. Actually, that's about it for all the techno mumbo jumbo. Hopefully I didn't confuse or made it more difficult. Anyway, the video is going to be here for a while. If you guys have any curiosities or questions, drop it in the comment section. Myself or someone of a more expert opinion might help you answer. But for now, let's get straight into the story, which is what I love. Anyway, if you're a free-to-play player, you have stagnated at 770 something right now. They're gonna ask you to reach 780. I'll show you how easy it is to surpass 780. So yeah, so in fact, I believe if I do one story quest, I'm past that already. So let's take a look. So if you notice, your Red Wall, if you have picked up the quest tab from Amanda, you will have this quest badge right here, and you can launch. Most of the story quests are single player, I think. I can't remember, but usually I play single player. Alright, so like I said, the Red Wall is essentially the main story for Destiny 2. So this was the main story quest that all Destiny 2 players followed before the free-to-play model came out. So yeah, it is... Okay, I'm gonna be very honest about this. I am not the biggest fan of the main story. I kind of like Curse of Osiris. I'm okay with Warmind, but that's also because Warmind had Anna Bray and Shisa Bay. But I didn't really fully enjoy the main campaign. I also did not enjoy the first expansion story. The storytelling of the world Bungie has built is amazing, but the story and the quest, or the main quest itself, I think it needs some improvement. But that's just my opinion, alright? I mean, there are people who probably hate it even more than me. There are people who probably love it more than me. But yeah.
Ikora, if you tell me this is a practical joke, well, it kills me to say it, but I would be really impressed.
Impressing you, Cade, is the easiest thing I'll do all day.
Let's get serious, people.
Zavala, this is my serious face. Can't you tell?
Ikora, what have you got?
Someone or something has sabotaged the Skyline defense systems.
And comms have been spotty for the last few hours. Every sensor beyond the wall has gone dark.
Maybe it's just the storm. Maybe it's... What are the set feeds telling us?
Nothing.
Well, that's good, right?
No. I mean, they're not there. There are no satellites.
And that's not good.
Battle stations! Everyone with me, now!
So basically the city was attacked by aliens, I guess. Yeah, they're called Cabal, but you're not gonna know if you're a new player. But you know, I mean, now you know they're called Cabals. The game will introduce you to the different factions of this world, which, yeah, in and of itself can be a little bit convoluted as well. So yeah, but it's fun. So yeah, so this is the quest that we're gonna start off with. And also as part of the Let's Play series, I'm gonna follow through with most of the story quests. I may intersperse it with some strikes and gambit and some of the other content. But yeah. So here we go.
Repeat, tower approach. This is City Hawk 723. Anyone home? No response on any channels, even the emergency frequencies. What is going on back there? Remember when I told you that you fly too fast? Forget I said that. Fly fast.
So the city's under siege and we're here. By the way, before we really get into the story, I just want to say that for those of you who are watching this video for the purpose of the beginning hours guide kind of thing, the guide part is done. Or at least most of the important things that I wanted to say or share is more or less done. So I mean, if you guys want to move on to the next video, by all means go ahead. But for those of you who are sticking around, we're gonna, like I was saying just now, we're gonna be doing mainly story quests, but interspersed with some of the other activities. Alright.
Cabal!
Alright, so these are the Cabal. They are basically like large slug-like-ish.
The Cabal
character.
conquer systems by blowing up planets. Whatever they want, it must be here, in the last city.
Oh shit. So as you can see, Cabal's weak spots are obviously the gate, but the engine at the back of their armor is also
Guardians,
another weak spot.
rendezvous in the plaza.
Something for you to take
Our
note.
city will not fall.
You could just melee as well. Oh jeez.
Cade!
Hey, you two! Give me a sec.
Gunslinger! Boom, boom, boom. He's cool.
Zavala's doing the hero thing in the plaza. Me? I've got a date with whoever's behind this. It'll be a short date.
Alright, so that's Cade, one of my favorite characters in the game. He's awesome! Alright, so As usual, most campaigns are pretty straightforward.
Is open to you.
Lots
Follow
checks.
the path from there. It will lead you through the hangar to the plaza. I'll take care of these people. If the Cabal want war, give them war.
Alright, so you're gonna get another free weapon, which is an auto rifle, which is something I prefer. So as you can see, you equip the auto rifle, which is actually not an improvement for some reason. But oh well, I'm gonna just stick with it. Yeah, I mean I prefer auto rifles anyway, so we're gonna stick with the auto rifle for now. Alright, so linear stuff, just follow through the quest. You can actually right click to aim down sights, so that you know you aim better. I guess that was such a feeble line. I'm so sorry. Okay, the Titan's jump is so weird. I'm sorry, maybe I've just been playing Hunter all my life. I feel more agile, you know, but the Titan's jump is just odd. I'm not used to it. Oh, that would have been a perfect time for me to show you guys the energy thing, but oh well, I missed it. But yeah, once you play enough, it becomes second nature to swap to your secondary weapon, take out the shield, swap to the primary weapon, like what I did there. I'm sorry. Yeah, so as you can see the shield over there. Okay, let me just... oh god. Okay, so as you can see, he has a shield, and it's fire. This is the fire weapon. So notice when I destroy the shield, what happens to him? He explodes and he does a chunk of damage. So this only happens if you use the correct element. If you use a different element, you will still destroy the shield. And in fact, if you use a kinetic weapon, you can also slowly deplete the shield, but it's going to be really inefficient. So use energy weapon to destroy shields.
Look at the size of that thing. It must be their command ship.
Alright, so let's head down to the hangar, get attacked by the bells. As you can see, when I destroy the shield and it explodes, it also does damage to the area around him, which can be very helpful in dealing with mobs. Yeah, so... and now they're burning. Oh.
You're not just assaulting the city. Look at the Traveler.
Yeah, the Traveler has that weird thing stuck on him.
Okay, my ghost keeps tagging these Cabal as Red Legion. Akora, what do you got?
They're elite, ruthless, and rumor is they have never known defeat.
Until today. Today they face Guardians.
But Zavala, they're attacking the Traveler.
Zavala is such an iconic
The Traveler
choice.
waits. We protect our people at any cost.
Alright, so here we are at our first multiplayer zone, similarly to what we did with the Fallen just now. Knew that was coming. Alright, so this is the area where you kind of, because this was the original opening tutorial quest, so this is the part where, similarly to when we were dealing with the Fallen Walker just now, this is where they teach you about kind of open world kind of stuff. So objectively, it's very easy, survive 3 assaults.
But we are better.
But every once in a while, Zavala will pass the shield, run to the shield, because that's where you are protected from the missile strikes. But while waiting for that to happen, just go ahead and shoot shit.
Fall back to my shield.
Okay, so if you hear him say that, he's gonna open the shield, hide inside the shield, and then the missile is gonna strike, but you're protected. So you're fine. If you're out there in the open, there's a chance that the missile might hit you and you might die. So yeah. Just so you know. Boom! Let's chuck hammers. Oh, no more hammers. It's fast. I think I hear another player. Oh. Yeah, so this part of it is really just killing stuff and, you know... oh, here comes the shield. Oh. As usual, go for the headshots. It does speed things up. You notice that when enemy health is low, they start to have this yellow button on top of them. I will show you guys what it does soon, because I'm afraid the next missile barrage is coming. I don't want to be out there.
We hold here. That command ship, it's next on my list.
Alright, alright. I guess I will just chuck this. For fun.
Missiles! Stay inside my shield! Got you.
Boom booms. Boom booms. Oh, my
More Red Legion! Show them what Guardians are made of!
oh, nice. the burn works. Okay, wait, I'm gonna try and see if I can. Oh! Okay, there we go. Oh shit! There we go. So that was a finisher. So when the enemy health is low and it starts to glow yellow, you can actually press G. If I'm not wrong, G is tied to G, which is your finisher. I've kind of mapped it to my middle mouse button for ease of access. But basically a finisher is kind of like, just think of it as an execute. And it only works for lower health.
The last of the shuttles is away. But the speaker, he never made it. I'm going to look for him.
I've got the plaza.
When you're done
Go
with that,
Ikora. Find the speaker.
Yeah, when you're done with that, you can just hit this way to progress through the tutorial. Yeah, this is essentially your second tutorial, but it's part of the main story quest, so oh well. Is it this door? Is it this door? Oh Jesus, it is this door. Ikora!
The speaker is gone. Red Legion, you will take no more from us, and you will find no mercy in me!
Zavala. She'll find
Don't walk forward from here.
Need to move
yeah,
on the
I've been choked by this.
Now head to the North Tower. I'm sending Amanda Holiday to
and
pick
even
you
after you finish killing them, do not go forward further. Because... There we go, now you go. Yeah, I've been choked by these two things. I've been like flattened by that that thingy, that drop pod, and I've been shot by that missile that destroys it all. So just stay by the arc and don't go through it. Why would you do that? Oh, you get lockets. Cover. Alright.
Holiday is inbound. We need that ship off the field.
Alright. Alright, so that's your honor, your boss, which you can just kind of chuck stuff.
Someone told me you need a ride.
You can chuck that at Amanda if you want. Yeah, so that's part 1 of the first tutorial main story done. The first campaign is 3 parts long, so that's part 1. The part 1 is actually focused on tutorial and teaching you the mechanics of the game.
Zavala,
yeah.
Picked up that Guardian you never showed up about?
Part 2 and 3 is more for just story.
Now!
Hold on back there!
Star Wars!
Come on, big guy. Do something. Alright, Guardian. Time to kick him where it hurts.
Alright. So she got us into the main command ship and now we're going in to make a mess.
Let us know when the shields are down and we'll hit that ship with everything we got.
Head on in. Shoot the guys. Anything that moves, shoot. Okay,
that
so
hologram could help. Let me take
there
a
are
look.
interactables. Usually your ghost is the one that does the interacting. So you can kind of send your ghost in. Oh, there's another little tip. When you press tab, your little hologram... Oh no, but the ghost not moving. There you go. So usually in this view, you can actually see points of interest. Okay, I'll show you guys when we're in the overworld. Right now we're in the quest, so you're not going to see too many points of interest. Yeah, shoot the engine on their back for another quick point. As you can see, any other element can work too in destroying shields, and they are quite effective, but you do not get the nice explosion after the shield is destroyed. Jesus, what was that? Hello?
King, what's your status?
Oh look, there we go. So, as you can see, to give you an explanation of what I meant,
Anyone heard from Ikora?
that's the amount of level. So from 791, I'm gonna just wear this armor, and now I'm 804. And I can destroy the old armor. So this is what I mean when I say that just by doing the main quest, even you don't even have to finish that chapter, just randomly killing things are definitely going to drop items for you anyway, and they are going to be, and as long as you are still between 750 to 900, it's going to definitely be something of higher level or higher power level, which means that you will always be progressing. So please don't spend the 20 bucks with the level boost, and that's also the reason why I recommend to do a story. And I can't shoot shit. I'm so not used to this game. I feel like I'm in PvP. Oh, big deal, big deal. Oh, the boss is there. Let's take cover before he screws it up. Oh, he doesn't have a shield. Damage to him. He's supposed to be a boss. I mean, I could out, but where's the fun in that? Should we chuck a punch at him? Punch! Oh, I can burn him too with my punches. Go. Chuck punch. Chuck punch. Honestly, if you are playing a hunter, you probably wouldn't be doing that. But only because I'm playing a titan and I'm a brawler. Ah! Die!
The shield generator should be straight ahead.
I guess I don't have to care about them. Oh Jesus, I forgot he explodes. Chop. Chop. Whoa! That's fair. So progress over here and reach the shield generator. Mind your footing here because you can actually die. Just basically any of these brewing gears, just chuck a few bullets at it where it
just
hurts,
like that,
and it will fizzle. Be careful when that little arc coil thingy come towards you because you can actually die from it. So usually what I would do is just run along this area. Oh, I missed! Ooh, careful now, Jesus.
Heat levels rising. It's working.
Yeah, so basically just go by the sides and avoid the little arc coil thing. Oh, avoid it, Jesus. Okay, there we go. So once you destroy 3 of the gears, the arc coil will kind of fizzle away.
Zavala, we did
and you're done.
The shields are down. Zavala?
I kind of like, I'm starting to like the Titan's jump. It feels a lot more controlled compared to the Hunter's double jump. Woo! It's fun. I feel like an aeroplane.
Amanda, we're headed topside.
Alright, so now that you're done with that one, we are actually done with part 2. Or phase 2. Or section 2. Or area 2. Whatever. Whichever word you want to use. Man, I think folks, the pace of being a Titan, the way he runs.
How do we come back from this?
You don't. Welcome to a world without light.
Guardian, something's wrong.
Oh no. Eh. Oh boy. He gonna die.
Do not look at me, creature. You are weak, undisciplined, cowering. the fear of death. Allow me to reacquaint you. Your kind never deserved the power you were given. I am Ghaul, and your light is mine.
Damn. Alright, so you die. That's it. Game over. We're done here. Bye. Nah, I'm kidding. You guys know you're not gonna die that easily. But yeah, so that's the kind of prologue-ish kind of thing. But it's not over yet, so there's the kind of like part 3, phase 3 kind of stuff. These three phases are kind of sequential, and you kind of have to finish all 3 of them. If I'm not wrong, I've never tried to quit the game halfway before. I'm not sure where it dumps you. But for the fullest experience, I would recommend to have at least like 45 minutes sitting where you can experience that full story, because yeah, it's cool. The opening is cool. And then that's where the game starts getting very boring. Sorry, the story starts getting very boring. That's like a cryptic dream. Not sure what that is. It's okay. But yeah, so after the cinematic, you're gonna be on phase 3. This is the last part of it. 2 days after the attack. So you kind of fell unconscious for 2 days, and miraculously you're alive. If only life was like this, right? Alright, so I'm not even kidding. I had a friend who actually didn't know how to do this part. I don't blame him actually. So what you're gonna do is you're limping, you're dying, you have to escape the city. There's a whole bunch of things there. I honestly don't think there's any way to trigger them to shoot you. I could be wrong, but you just need to go down towards the drain at the bottom there, slowly, cause it's all part of immersion and experiencing. I think you can still look around and look at the graphics and everything. I guess it's all really good. Yeah, let's limp our way there. Yeah, so this is my okay. Like I said, the opening sequence and the start of the story, the main campaign was actually very interesting. I quite like it. In fact, I like it a lot. It was towards the middle and the end. I guess the middle part was really what became slightly dry. I mean, it became a little bit tiresome to do, slightly only. It's not as bad. Honestly, Forsaken was the worst. I hate Forsaken. I absolutely hated Forsaken storyline. Yeah, so okay, but we won't go into Forsaken just yet, but I really did like Forsaken storyline. The Red Wars one started well, ended okay, but the middle part was a little bit of a drag. So, but it's just my own opinion as usual. So, yeah, I think essentially I didn't like the idea of kind of like going around. Oh wait, I shouldn't spoil it for you since this is called the Let's Play. I'm sorry, I shall not spoil it for you. You guys can form your own judgment of whether it's a good story or not. But yeah, so we're gonna just limp. So just come down to the drain, limp over here. Slowly, painfully, and you will notice that your ghost is actually miraculously alive as well. Awful.
This can't be happening.
It's so sad.
Guardian.
Fall down.
You're alive. I thought I'd lost you.
So your ghost manages to recover you for a bit.
But I can't resurrect you.
So he managed to heal you, but he can't resurrect you anymore because, long story short, the the Traveler is kind of the one that gives you as a Guardian your power. So when Dominus Ghaul, which is the main antagonist there, the slug guy, when he kind of took the light from the Traveler, or absorbed the light from the Traveler, he took the light from all the Guardians as well. So essentially all the Guardians lost their power. This is the part that my friend got lost. He didn't know where to go. You will notice that you no longer have a double jump, but it doesn't mean you can't jump this wall, jump up this, and you can climb. That's all. I'm not even kidding. He was so confused on how to get up there. Just push forward and climb like any other ledge climbing thing. Alright, so just follow this path. You're gonna be at the wall of the tower of the city, and you're gonna escape. This is one of the most epic parts of the game. So
I'm picking up an emergency broadcast.
I'm gonna talk a little bit lesser so that you get the experience.
Rendezvous coordinates. They're evacuating the planet. We're on our own.
Yeah, so essentially this is kind of like the sequence where you kind of escape the city. Or rather the main part of the escape is done already, so don't worry. But just the music and the whole experience, so yeah, it's awesome. What the fuck? What am I...
These Guardians, they had no chance without their powers. That could be us. Guardian, if you die, I can't resurrect you. We need to be very careful.
Yeah, you're gonna be attacked by a couple of war beasts. Not to worry too much, they will mob you, but they are quite squishy, and even if they get too near, just give them a good 1-2. The good old 1-2. The free SMG they give you doesn't have a lot of range to it, so do wait for them to come a little bit nearer if you want it to be most effective. But yeah, you will get a free SMG to kind of defend yourself with. But why use the SMG when you can use your 1-2 punch? Because you're a Titan, and Titans are OP punches. Oh, I got all my ammo back, yay. Rockets. Oh, this is the part, I think this is the part that gets epic. I think we're about 1 week away from the city now. Twilight, yeah, 1 week after the attack. So you're kind of like traveling further and further away from the city as you escape. I will go full silent now because this is the most epic scene.
It's that Falcon again. Is it following us? Or are we following it?
So the music and the scene is timed perfectly. I love this scene so much. So that was trust me, that scene. Oh yeah, we're almost at the end of this sequence really. But you can take the safer way if you don't want to, you know, fall. But yeah, so that scene there when you see that city one final time as you are escaping is like iconic. I freaking love that. Yeah, so you're gonna attempt to jump this. You are going to fail, don't worry. And poof, yeah. I love every time I walk through that valley, I just get shivers down my spine. Oh god, this is so good.
Oh look, somebody left a perfectly good guardian lying around. Things must be worse than I thought. And that's our cue. Time to go, people!
But wait, where are you all going?
As far away from here as possible.
That falcon, it belongs to you?
The name's Hawthorne, and this is Lewis. Best pilot we got. What about you? Fit to fly? Probably gonna need one of these, too. Time to make yourself useful, Guardian. All right, people, spin them up! Got a long flight ahead of us!
Check out all those sexy ships that we're never gonna have. Not yet. We're gonna have a lot of nice ships. Alright, so that actually kind of concludes the tutorial part. So this is the part that gets a little bit weird as a or rather as with the current state of the game. Oh yeah, I mean, it's more story, I guess.
Do you see, traveler?
They kind of slowly introduce to you the main antagonist.
Grace me with your light. Take your place at the center of my empire. See me, and the Red Legion will be your true guardians.
Dominus, the city is secure. Those who fled are being hunted, and those foolish enough to remain have been executed. Victory, as with all things, is yours to claim.
This victory is as much yours as mine, old friend.
All that remains is the completion of the cage around this great machine. Then we may begin the extraction of its power and put it to its rightful use.
They call it the Traveler.
I would contend that other civilizations may be more precise in their naming. Its functions can be controlled and exploited, as we have so clearly proven.
Yet they believe it to be a god.
Dominus. Gaul. We have spent our lives, you and I, working to reshape our society, reforge our people, rebuild an empire nearly destroyed by Callus's greed and corruption. There is nothing in this universe greater than you. The Red Legion will have that machine's power. You will be called Emperor. What more would the Dominus have?
I would have words with my guest. So, you're the one who speaks for the Traveler.
Yep, so they introduce to you Dominus Gaul, which is the main antagonist across these different cutscenes as you play through the main quests. But as I was saying before the cinematic, this part gets a bit confusing for new players because if you were an old player like before the free-to-play, this would make all the sense in the world because the city gets destroyed. We are actually traveling to our new social hub, which is called the farm. And which is where most of the or rather,
coming up on the European Dead Zone. Gonna be our new home for a while.
Until you finish the main quest and reclaim the tower. But this part becomes a bit weird because we are now traveling to the farm, but
that thing?
I mean, based on
they
the
call
story,
it the Shard of the
it is
Traveler.
supposed to have been destroyed.
I call it
but
not
we
a
are
place
going
you
to
want to
go
go
back
poking
and
around.
you can actually still go back to the tower. So nothing's stopping you from like flying back to the tower. So this part is a little bit of a immersion breaking kind of moment, but it's fine. You know, it's a small matter. But yeah, here we are at the farm. Oh Jesus. Yeah. So if I'm not wrong, what happens here is that because you're when you're at the farm, you actually do not have your powers back, which means that right now, remember Dominus Gall kind of stole your powers all away. So this is the part where you try to reclaim your power. And this is also why it is technically still part of the story. As you can see, there's like literally nothing around. By right, as a social I stand corrected. Apparently the free version you have people around. Cool, okay. I'll pretend nothing happened. But yeah. So anyway, just a very quick round around the social hub. This is where your vault is, this is the bank. There will be key people that you need to talk to, which you can kind of press tab, click on quest, and click here. So you can speak to Tyra, which you can kind of hop over to meet Tyra.
Do you want?
So she's gonna tell you a couple of blabbers, and she's gonna tell you
I'm glad to see you safe.
that you can talk to Suraya,
I
which is the leader.
am Tyra.
And yeah,
Tyra
you get press
Carr.
tab to talk to. I'm deliberately skipping the story because partially because you guys can just read it on your own. Yeah, and also because I've read the content once. Okay, talk to Suraya.
This
She's
is-
gonna introduce to you herself and also her little
Lot
camp.
of civilization.
And of course she's gonna.
So you Guardians are all about symbols, right?
She gives you a new
Take care of
quest
yourself,
to
okay?
reclaim your light. So, right now, we're gonna do a couple of inventory management. First of all, we're gonna pop back this weapon because I know I didn't like auto rifles, but right now I just wanted the power. 58, 7, 59. Wow. Okay, what is this? 58, 59, 7, 50. Got rid of that. Alright, so actually you know what am I doing? You know what? Okay, so essentially, I'm going to tell you guys something first. Essentially, the first parts of the main quest, they're just going to keep asking you to level up your power level, and as you hit certain threshold, they're going to introduce you to a new person in the tower. Alright, if you're a second character, you don't have to worry, and you probably don't need to know this, but essentially, because it's tied to gear, I actually have weapons here that are maxed out at 950, and nothing stops me from transferring these weapons to my guardian. My new guardians. And a lot of if let's say you are playing this game and you plan to commit to this game, it is actually a viable idea to focus on one character, max it out, and when you have some of these equipments that are at 950, create your new character and transfer them over to your new character to use. So but of course the drawback is that your power level will shoot up, but because this game power level is almost insignificant, so honestly do not literally the power level is insignificant because the most of the PvE content has a scaling involved. So even if I'm power level 950, you will notice that I cannot actually one shot the story. I will show it to you all soon. But right now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pick out some of the main weapons that I've kind of already decided that I want my guardian to use, and I'm going to main them and practice them. So I want the Sweet Business, which is one of the quick kind of auto rifle that I love, which will be my main kinetic weapon. My energy weapon, I'm a bit torn for the energy weapon. I wanted the fusion rifle, but I also wanted to learn how to use a shotgun, so I am not a fan of shotgun. I absolutely hate shotguns, alright? Can I just say first, I hate shotguns a lot. I feel like I should be using not a shotgun though. I feel like you should use something more ranged. Maybe sniper? What should I use, guys? I have no idea. I could use a revolver. I mean a hand cannon. There are actually a lot of weapons that you can look at. So this game has a lot of weapons. Oh Jesus!
You have some kind of clan mixer.
I could use
cookies and no.
Pulse rifles.
There's a war on. Right.
I have a pulse rifle that's feeding frenzy and rampage. Jesus Christ! Hello.
Just ignore the bird. Talk to me.
Wow, this is actually very strong. You know what? I'm gonna use this, man. Hey Jesus, no, not this. Where do you go? No. Yeah,
Whoever designed the wiring
I'm gonna
here
use
must
the
have been a
pulse rifle.
cryptarch.
Oh. Hit Seeker. What the hell is a Hit Seeker? Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna use that one. And as for my heavy, I'm gonna be using...
Clan is just a
Should I use a
family you
linear
choose to
fusion
join.
rifle? Oh no, I'll use sword. I mean, I'm freaking...
Did the bird distract you? He does that.
Burst guard. What the hell is a burst guard?
I know you want to go flying, but I need you here. Besides, where would I be if the Cabal used you for target practice?
Ooh, wow. Cool.
What this does. I have a 424. No, not a 426. Why would one of those be up here?
Hey.
Cool. Alright. So I guess I'll be using this sword. So I guess. If you can't remember, yeah, we'll use that. So I'm not sure. I might end up changing weapons as we go along. But yeah, so as you can see, if I'm gonna equip some of these weapons right now, my power level is gonna not go up too high, surprisingly, which is great. I was worried it would shoot up too high, but I forgot that it actually averages out, so my armor actually doesn't give me a good bonus anyway. So, hey, I stand corrected. I may not ruin the experience as badly as I thought. Haha, awesome! So, I mean, it's a good thing. I was very worried that if I transferred some items over, it might kind of ruin it because I may suddenly be power level 900 and, you know, weird. But apparently you don't, so that's great. So yeah, so right now, I think we have time. We're only about a couple, I think we're almost past an hour in. So I'm gonna do the next quest. Before we do that, now you notice when press M, there's a lot of things now. Okay, so as a free player, if I'm not wrong, some of this content might be gated behind an experience bar. I can't remember. But if not, you can actually go to any of these planets already. You are free to do so. Nothing's going to stop you too much. Except for the 2 DLC. So unless you do, if you do not have Forsaken, this is unavailable. If you do not have Shadowkeep, this is unavailable. Another thing is your Season Pass. So the good thing about Season Pass, or rather for me, is that your Season Pass might be empty, but because I've done the Season Pass already and I've completed it, it is unlocked for all of my characters. I can actually collect some of these items, which is awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna collect. Should I collect it now? You know what? To maximize its worth, I'm gonna collect it later. Alright, so let's go. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop into the next quest, which you can press M. You can go to Earth because they ask you to go to Earth, and you can find. So generally for main quest is usually a very big obvious badge, and of course if you're marked it, it will point you in the right direction. But yeah, you can actually go to the next quest and hop in.
For our lives. This would be the best trip ever.
Oh, I just realized I don't think there's any point in me bringing in the new weapons because I think part of the game is that they're not going to give you the weapons. Wait, actually I'm not sure. Let's find out. If I'm not wrong, I think they lock your weapon. Oh, I forgot to change my ship too. Haha. Yeah, the perks of, because this is a second character, you can, I mean, like I said, you can transfer stuff over, so it's fine. Zoom. Zoom.
Sure you want to do this? That shard is the reason this place is called a dead zone.
We have to, Hawthorne. It's a sign.
Yeah, a sign that says dead zone.
Oh, I forgot how funny this line was. That line. Yeah, a sign that says dead zone. That line is brilliant. Alright, oh, we get to keep our weapons, cool. Sword user, roar!
You know, I've been all over the EDC. Charming enough. I mean, nothing says come visit, like a dark haunted forest.
But non-Guardians aren't supposed to leave the city.
Here's the thing about city rules. They stop applying once you leave the city. Nobody goes farther than that. At least nobody who wants to come back.
Oh yeah, so you will be doing this quest without your abilities at all. So when you lose your light, you actually literally lose all your abilities. That includes your grenade abilities, your melee abilities, and your double jump, triple jumps, or whatever jump abilities you have. And your supers, of course. So you are actually very limited in your first hours of the game. Which is also why I recommended like at least a solid 45 minutes for you to really do the opening sequence kind of for the whole, so that you know kind of, if let's say you're into immersion, you don't ruin the immersion.
Signal's dead.
We're alone in the dark. By the way, if you're wondering how the flashlight turn on, it's automated. So
did you hear something?
Ooh, scary. Oh, you should just camp here and wait for them to come to me.
We're under attack.
Whoa. Just box them. Oh, I'll show you guys why I like Sweet Business. Yeah, it's a freaking mini gun, but it's an auto rifle. I don't even know how to describe it.
Those things were the
oh, there is an animation cancelling in this game. So if you notice, what I showed, especially for weapons like this, yeah. So you can actually, and this is very important in certain PvP content and also of course PvE. You can actually animation cancel. So if you notice, when you notice my ammo count, yeah. If you notice, once it changes to 150, you can actually sprint and cancel the animation. I'll show you guys it. So it actually skips the last part of the animation. As you can see, it skips the part where I actually kind of close the hatch and prime it. But my ammo is still reloaded. So it's something, just a little tip for those of you who are into all this animation cancelling shit. You can actually do that in this game. And this becomes more apparent for those quicker animations. So I can do this. Yeah. So I can actually cancel the part where he brings down the gun. You see? So using the sprint allows you to cancel the animation. And I think this is a lot more effective for weapons like hand cannons with very obvious backlash how do you call it? Wind down animation or winding it. I forgot what's the technical term for it. But basically just know that you can animation cancel. You play now with the weapon, you get used to it. But yeah, we're gonna run through this area, get attacked, give them a piece of my freaking gun because why the hell not, right? I swear, this gun shoots forever. And if you're wondering why I'm not reloading, okay, so if you ever have, if RNGesus ever smile upon you and give you a Sweet Business, this gun is freaking amazing. Of course, the drawback is that it has a wind-up time, but larger magazine, increased accuracy when firing from the hip, which means they don't want you to aim, and picking up ammo for this weapon immediately reloads it. This weapon is a killer in PvE. Because the mobs just drop ammo. And essentially what you're gonna do is that you're gonna just keep using it, winding it up, and oh, I got new ammo. And just moving while shooting and picking up ammo along the way, and you never have to reload. It's crazy. I'm being a bit exaggerating right now because it's technically not possible to ensure that you always have ammo. But you see, another ammo just dropped, and that would reload my gun. So you can actually almost ignore the reloading animation. Now let's see. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Where the ammo? Oh. Ow, go away. Okay, so I've got 71 and 150. No more reloads. Like, how broken is this? Okay, it really isn't that broken, to be honest. But it's cool. I like this gun. Yeah, so it is a very Titan kind of thing, like you're kind of like gunning enemies down as you run. So I thought that thematically it fits the Titan, and I kind of wanted to do it. Unlimited power. As you can see, I'm technically not one-shotting enemies either. In fact, I'll show you guys here. As you can see, even one burst is not enough to sure. So honestly, your weapon power don't matter because the game actually scales down for you so that you will still have somewhat of a challenge regardless of where you're doing. Or rather, regardless of your power level. So it's scaled. So don't worry, you can actually bring forward your items. Yeah. But honestly, if you're at the point where you're creating a second character, you probably don't even notice. Oh! It's crazy, Jesus.
I think we scared them away.
Alright.
Take me to the shard.
So we're done. So yeah, just clear out the enemy. Wouldn't be too hard. If let's say you don't have like a freaking minigun or something, you can just use the rocks as cover and kind of work your way through.
This is why we were led here. I haven't been as close to the Traveler's Light since... Do you feel it? Hold on to your helmet. Do you feel it? The light is back. We're back.
Eyes up, Guardian.
Eyes out, Guardian.
That's cool. This is a fun part. So, original Destiny 2 players would, this is the part where you get your powers back and also where you get your supers and everything. So, this is the part where everything went epic. But of course now, if for the free content, what happened is that you actually already used a super early on. So, the effect kind of is a bit lost. But yeah, it's still cool, you know, you get to like an almost unlimited super and you just chuck shit at people. Like in Traveler Vector, you just chuck shit. I love this music, by the way. Yeah, so every time your super runs out, you can kind of just pop into any of these areas. Those glowy lights on the ground, and you can just recharge. They'll show you on the marker as well. And of course, you got your double jump and triple jump back, which means that you can do crazy ass moves like that. Oh my god, I just realized Titans really are very mobile. Like what? That's not right. Oh, let's get to the super. Where's the big beast? Look at this. Hammer time! Hammer time! There we go. That's all. Yeah, I know it's a bit lackluster. Honestly, it felt a lot more epic when you played it for the first time and when you actually experienced supers for the first time. But you know, you already experienced your first super in the Cosmodrome, which I felt, you know, yeah, wasn't as epic. But yeah, so now that you're done with that, honestly, this is the point where kind of is where you can kind of go free and easy and just do your own stuff really. You kind of got back your powers, got back your light. You can choose to continue with the campaign. You can just continue with the storyline as it goes along and it pushes you forward. Or at this point, you can kind of start experiencing other things. But for now, we're just gonna wait for the death of the loading screen. By the way, it is very normal for certain loading screens to be longer than others. No idea why that happens, and honestly, yeah, it's not the most detrimental. So yeah, just be patient. Here we go. This ship is nice though. I really like this ship. If let's once again before the free to play, the free ship that you got was the Wonder Wing or Wanderlust. I can't remember the name, and it was ugly. I kind of like this ship a lot more. It's nice, but of course there's gonna be even nicer ships, which you will get as you play along. Or you could spend money at the cash shop and just buy the ship. It's an option. Oh yes, this is one of I hope I do not get it, but this is one of those notoriously long loading screens. I remember, I think the first few times when I played, the very first time you load into the farm, which is back then originally the farm was not a not a social hub. You had to finish and get back your light first. Then they will spawn you into the farm, an instance of the farm where it is a social hub. So that one had a huge weird glitch where you would load for like ages. I think I waited almost 10 minutes before I finally loaded into the farm. It's normal. I'm not sure whether they ever fixed that. As you can see, the loading screen here is exceptionally long. It is not usually it wouldn't be that long, but yeah, don't worry too much, just let it run its course. Oh yeah, it's gonna take a while. Oh, but you can do this. So even when you're in loading screen, don't worry, you can kind of do stuff. Like you can press check your inventory, you can even press tab to see your stuff as well. So don't worry. Yeah, so usually what I like to do is during the loading screens, I'm like kind of doing my inventory management, I'm dismantling my old stuff. Oh, you can actually press down to go to your cosmetic stuff. So you can change your shape. Oh, this is the Wonder Wing. So the Wonder Wing looks like this. I mean, it's not ugly, I just didn't like it. But this one, the Arcadia, it looks a lot nicer. I don't know, it's just me. And this is a Sparrow. You got a free Sparrow. This is actually the kind of like your main vehicle to traverse the overworld. It's like a motorcycle kind of thing. Obviously, there's a lot of designs of Sparrow as well. Yeah, and this is your finisher. You can actually change your finisher. And emotes, which is tied to your up, down, left, right. You can change it as well. So I do have a couple of emotes collected. So I could change like this one to this. You can right click to preview as well if you want. I change my chicken to this. I change my excited. No, excited is down. Chicken is here. What's this? Graceful dance. Oh, we're done. Yeah, when you hear the music, you're done loading. There we go. We're back. Alright. So we're back in the social hub. And of course, you can continue the quest, or you could actually press M. You can actually fly back to the tower, and by right, the tower is supposed to be destroyed, but nobody cares. We're gonna launch back to the tower.
I like to watch the feeds while I work.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna end the stream somewhere around here. I think we're about an hour and a half in. I don't really keep track of time when I'm streaming. But it's like 4:20 AM in Singapore right now. It's pretty late. The only reason I could stay alive so long was because coffee is in front of me. And also because I just finished my exam. I had an exam just now in the evening, and it didn't go very well. So I really just wanted to play, and I thought, okay, you know what? Since I want to play something, might as well just get this Let's Play started, since I always wanted to do it, and you know, just go started. Like I was saying at the start of the stream, I actually didn't plan too much ahead of this. This may end up as a Let's Play of a series. It may end up as a Let's Play series. It may not. It may just end up like a your first 2 hours of Destiny 2, kind of just a one-off video. Honestly, I'm only doing this because I wanted to create an alt, and I just thought since I'm creating an alt, I might as well get a chance to show you guys the full experience of a new character. But yeah, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope at least there was some information that was useful through the 1.5 hours. And I guess in future, I mean, once again, I'm not sure what I have planned in future, but you might see this Titan again if I'm doing like content, like PvE or PvP content with the rest of BAMs. Hopefully they are playing, I managed to convince some of my friends to play. But yeah, that aside, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will end the stream here, and I will see you guys next time.